Why do you do this?
Every day, I wake up, I ask myself that same question. I always get a new answer. What's crazy to me is just how far I've came as a person. I mean, you wouldn't believe the obstacles I've overcame. Things I've done I thought to myself were unachievable. Believe it or not, I didn't want to do this. I did a talent show a few years ago and everyone laughed because they thought I was being funny. Because I couldn't sing. And to this day, I still think about that. Then it started to make me think and realize there could have been the next Michael Jordan in 6th grade, but someone told them they couldn't shoot. There could have been the next Cristiano Ronaldo, but their coach told them they didn't have the skills instead of supporting them. There could have been the next Tom Brady, but they missed a game-winning score and were too embarrassed to pick up a football ever again. There could have been the next Rihanna, but they had a voice crack on stage and vowed to never sing again. And the thing is, everyone has a purpose in life. You have a purpose in life. And when I wrote this album, start to finish, I realized maybe I might have found mine. When I wrote Millionaire, I had so much feedback on how bad it was. They weren't all bad. I had love and support by my peers, but nobody took into account that this was my first song. When people listen to my music, I want them to think, man, he really sacrificed his pride, his dignity to make this album. You can easily get made fun of for singing a song, and that's typically why people don't do it that often. But I worked hard. This is the hardest I've ever worked on something. This was a dream in mind that I didn't think was possible. I didn't think I could do it. It took me months and weeks to study rhyme schemes, sentences that flow and fit, and to match the beat. This project surprised me because this was something I didn't know I was capable of doing. I thought this was out of my reach, but here we are. The amount of time I put into this album, I don't think anybody would truly understand. This took hours after hours, mistakes after mistakes, constant trial and error. And it got to the point where I was so frustrated, I was exhausted. Sometimes I would break down, I'd start crying. It got to the point where I didn't want to do this anymore. I hated it. Looking back, I realized it wasn't really that hard. I don't know what, but I've always been an overthinker. I always was trying to come up with new ideas, and I realized I'd put too much pressure on myself. That I wanted to make this album as perfect as possible. As much as I said I got a lot of bad feedback from Millionaire, but in all honesty, it wasn't all that bad. I actually gotten a lot of love and support. It astounded me. I had no idea people would love my music, my culture, my rhyme scheme, just my flow. This amount of support, I couldn't even describe how much I loved it. I'd gotten people were saying, bro, this is fire, man. Drop another song. You're the next big thing. I'm calling it. Let's bump this in gym class. I was just shocked that I put a lot of pressure on me to make this album a classic. I've sat in my room for hours working on my songs. I can't stop now. I gotta keep going. I gotta keep searching. I gotta know my answers to my life choices. I was always learning, always writing stuff down, always taking notes and jotting descriptions of things I've always wanted to write about. I was always just open-minded, learning from greats like Dr. Dre, Eminem, Lil Wayne, Juice WRLD, just people that I looked up to, people I wanted to learn from. I had so much fun writing this album and learning. I wanted to keep doing this. I see this as my purpose. I can't give up now. I've been doing this for so long. I don't want to be just loved by my hometown. I want to be big. I want to have it all. People are going to look back 10 years from now and think, man, he wasn't messing around.